Hey, Next Chapter Book Club friends. I know we didn't meet today, but Max and I thought we would just read you some short passages about things that are going on this week, just as kind of a chance for us to sort of meet, or at least share some reading, because it's hard to go a whole week without reading, right? So, as you know, the inauguration is going to be happening soon, so I thought I would share some presidential election facts. With more than 2 centuries worth of U.S. presidential elections, the historical ledger is filled with an array of facts. For example, when Donald Trump was named the 45th president, he was really only the 44th president because Grover Cleveland is counted twice. As with Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5 of the U.S. Constitution stating that a citizen has to be at least 35 years old to become president, John F. Kennedy came the closest to that limit by being elected president at age 43. Now we'll learn about the only bachelor to be elected president, the 5 candidates to have won the popular vote and lost the election, and more. 2016 was not the first time a candidate won the popular vote but lost the election. It had happened 4 other times in the nation's history. In 1824, Andrew Jackson won the popular vote but got less than 50% of the electoral votes. John Quincy Adams became the next president when he was picked by the House of Representatives. In 1876, Samuel Tilden won the popular vote but lost the election when Rutherford B. Hayes got 185 electoral votes to Tilden's 184. In 1888, Grover Cleveland won the popular vote but lost the election when Benjamin Harrison got 233 electoral votes to Cleveland's 168. In 2000, Al Gore won the popular vote but lost the election to George W. Bush. In the most highly contested election in modern history, the U.S. Supreme Court stopped the Florida recount of ballots, giving Bush the state's 25 electoral votes for a total of 271 to Gore's 255. In 2016, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote but lost the election when Donald Trump got 304 electoral votes to Clinton's 227. In other facts, Grover Cleveland was elected president in 1884, then lost his re-election campaign in 1888, and then came back to win the presidency for a second time in 1892. So he was president, then he was not president because someone else won, and then he was president again. Donald Trump is the nation's 45th president, but in reality, there have only been 44 presidents. Grover Cleveland was counted twice as the 22nd and the 24th president because he was elected for 2 non-consecutive terms. So 2 terms not right next to each other. Before Barack Obama, the 44th president, only 13 presidents had been elected to office for 2 terms and served those 2 terms fully. Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected to office 4 terms prior to the 22nd Amendment. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5 of the U.S. Constitution has only 3 requirements for a president. 1, president must be 35 years old. 2, they must have lived in the United States for at least 14 years. And 3, they must be a natural-born citizen. John F. Kennedy was the youngest elected U.S. president at 43, and Ronald Reagan was the oldest elected U.S. president at 73, second term. Wait, Biden is older than that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he 76? Anyway, I believe Biden is older than 73. Anyway, the only president and vice president to never be elected to the office was Gerald R. Ford. He became vice president when Spiro Agnew resigned and became president when Nixon resigned. The tallest U.S. president was Abraham Lincoln at 6'4", and the shortest U.S. president was James Madison at 5'4". Percentage-wise, the 1992 election was the biggest turnout since 1972, with 61.3% of the voting age population heading to the polls. I wonder what the turnout was this year. I have a feeling it was pretty big. James Buchanan was the only bachelor to be elected president. 8 presidents have died in office. William Henry Harrison had pneumonia. Zachary Taylor gastroenteritis. Abraham Lincoln assassinated. James Garfield assassinated. William McKinley assassinated. Not always a good job to be president. Warren G. Harding, heart attack. Franklin D. Roosevelt, cerebral hemorrhage. And John F. Kennedy assassinated. James Monroe received every electoral vote but one in the 1820 election. The New Hampshire delegate wanted George Washington to be the only president elected unanimously. Interesting. The U.S. Marine Band has played at every presidential inauguration since 1801. President John Tyler is believed to have been the first to use Hail to the Chief as the official presidential honors. President Bill Clinton was born William Jefferson Blythe, but took his stepfather's last name when his mother remarried. He formally changed his name to William Jefferson Clinton when he was 15. Victoria Woodhull became the first woman to run for president in 1872. Sadly, she did not win. Or maybe not sadly. I don't know much about her. But it would have been cool to have a woman president, and maybe someday. That's my little editorial comment. Martin Van Buren was the first natural-born American to become president in 1837. Each of the 7 previous presidents were born as British subjects. Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution states, "Before he enter on the execution of the office, he shall take the following oath of affirmation. I do solemnly swear or affirm I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States of America and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States." So, I hope you enjoy those presidential facts, and I hope to see you all on the 25th, 4 to 5 book club. Yay! All right, have a good week.